Hello, I'm Batu, and today we're going to be talking about workflow market collaboration and document management software platforms project management module. As you can see, we are on the project management side. First thing you'll see on this module is all the tasks that are assigned to me. So these are all the active tasks that are assigned to me. If I want to see all the completed tasks that are assigned to me, I can switch back to completed, and these will be all the completed ones. Now let's go back to active. As you can see, those are all the active ones. So let's go into one of them and we'll go into a little bit more detail. For example, let's go to this ISO 9001 document review by department. So as you can see, this specific task is under a project called quality management. And the first task is ISO 9001 document review by department. As you can see, the due date of the specific task, and you can see which date it's created on. Below that is the first step for this project. It's called the please review the list of your ISO 9001 documents. And also below that, you can see all the participants and their decisions. As you can see, we have 4 participants, and we can also see their decisions on the right. Above that, we have the progress. So what's progress? So progress, each individual has this button, so you can adjust your progress for this specific task. For example, for today, I finished 10%, or let's say 20% of this completed task. And I have an option to explain what I did, basically, right? And this option is I'm going to leave this as empty. Once I'm done, I can click on update. Once I update it, on the right side under activities, as you can see, it says updated task progress to 20%. So whatever you do inside the task, all your participants will see it on this right side under activities. I'm going to be talking about that in a minute. But now let's go back to progress. So this is progress. Next to that, we have the decision. So decision is like, for example, this specific task I completed, I can simply say completed and update. Or I can not just say not for me. If it is not for me, I can explain the why I chose that decision. As you can see, I cannot update it because I have to explain it. So I'm just going to say test. And then I can update after the explain the reason. All right, so below that, we can also see the person who is second in charge for this specific task as well. All right, now let's go back to activities. Again, I was telling you guys earlier. So under activities, we can see each participant's history. We can call this a log as well. So whatever we do inside the task, it will show up in here like messages or changing progresses and so forth. Next to activities, we also have the attachments. So under here, we can attach pretty much images, files, everything, right? We can attach through the URL, we can attach inside the system, and we can also add files to task as well. As you can see, we have one manual under this task. Once I click on it, that will, as you can see, it will take us to this page, and you can view the PDF document, for example. Again, there's no limit to it. We can add as many as attachments we want. All right, now let's go back to our dashboard. If you want to add a brand new project or a task, there is on the top right corner, we have 2 buttons. So let's go with the new project button first. So once you click on it, first you're going to put the project name, project description, the due date of that specific project. And you can also select the second in charge, who's going to be the second in charge for that specific project as well. Once I'm all done, I can hit create project and my brand new project will be available to use. All right, next to that, we have the plus new task button. So when we click on the plus new task button, as you can see, we can create the scratch from brand new task from here. First, we're gonna have to put our, of course, task name, description. So inside the Workflow America, you have 2 choices to create a task. So you either create an independent task, or you can create a task that is gonna be connected to that specific project. So again, if you want to connect to a project, you will choose which project you're going to be connected to the specific task. Or if you want to create an individual one, you can leave this as empty. Below that, we have the initial message. And if you want to put any messages for the specific task, below that, we can add participants. So what's participants? Participants are all the users who's going to be joining to this specific task. I can easily do that by click on invite participants, and I can choose all my users. We also have the option to invite external users as well. In order to invite external users, we need to have their email address. So once we type their email address, they'll get a notification in their end, and they'll get a link. When they click that link, they can join as external users. Next to invite participants, we also have watchers. So what are watchers? Watchers are the people who oversee the task/projects. So they are not really in the task, like they don't do much work, but they oversee it. These users might be like admins, supervisors, managers, and so forth. So yeah, that's what the watchers are for. Next to participants, we have the attachments. Again, we can add attachment to here as well when we're creating our brand new task. We can also update our decisions. So we already have 2 as default, complete or not for me. I can add or edit. I can say like partial, for example. I want to add this. And if I say partial, I also want the explanation why it's partial, right? When we were giving our decision earlier. So I'm going to check this on. As you can see, I can add it. And now I have 3 decisions. So partial, complete, and not for me. All right, so on the right side, we can select the due date of the specific task. We can also choose our priority levels. Is a highest, high, medium, low, or lowest. We can also put who's going to be the second in charge for this task. We can also select our task form and our dependent attachments. Lastly, I want to talk about creating steps. So we also have an option to create steps inside the task. Once we create the step, as you can see, we're going to have to put our step name, step description, and the due date for the specific task specific step inside that task. Once you're all done, we can click on update, and that will update our task. And once you're all done with all our information, we can create, and after that, you'll see your brand new task under all the tasks that are assigned to me, as you can see right here. All right, now let's go to the projects tab on the top left. When you click this project tab, you'll see all your projects. And below that, you'll see all the projects that you are in second charge for. But for this video, we're going to be going into our My Projects. Under My Projects, we're going to be going into Project Management Software Admin Training. At the top, you'll see your timeline. Every color means something different. So for example, red means active over the completed parts. Purple is all the active completed parts. And the pink, which we are right now, is all the uncompleted part because no one did any work for this specific project. So this is a daily view. We also have the option to say weekly or monthly. As you can see, it will change whatever you choose to. Below that, we have the task that connects to that specific project. So when you click on the specific task, you'll see everything in detail, right? So again, you can see the name of the project, and under that, we can see the first task for that project. Below that, we have the 3 steps for this task. First step is go to configuration menu. Second step is click create user button. And the last step, which is step 3, is defining the user. Now let's go back to step 1. Again, that was the name of the step 1. Below that, you can see all the participants and their decisions for that specific step and slash task. As you can see, one of them is put complete. So this participants is completed for their part for this step, and we're waiting for other 3 participants. Again, this priority is medium. On the right, we can see all our activities, with all our logs. When we go to attachments, as you can see, we have one attachment here as well. All right, so this was the view for the project management. Now let's go back to our dashboard. I'm going to text assigned to me. And yes, this concludes the WorkFlow America Collaboration Document Management Software Platforms Project Management module. Thank you.